Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, welcome to Timespiral Remastered. Gonna be opening 18 packs, gonna be picking 36 cards, gonna be building a deck. Thank you Masses Off for the sub. I appreciate it. But yeah, this is the last day of Timespiral Remastered Supreme Draft. I think the actual Timespiral Remastered draft's just sticking out for a while. The tomorrow there's another cube that starts up that looks like it'll be a nifty experience. We'll get to see that next week though. So yeah, but today it's all about time spiral, and we're gonna see what sort of time shifted cards we get handed, what sort of plans we end up in, how many rift bolts we have, all these questions and more will be answered. I don't know if I can beat 4 rift bolts. That's so good, but yeah. All right. Sort of cube. This is pretty close to cube. Supreme Draft is a fairly high power environment, much like the cube is. All right, so yep, 17 hours. This finishes up tomorrow. What are the chances that a card appears twice in a pack? In a normal print run without foils, 0. With foils, the chance of a second card appearing in the pack would be the chance of a card appearing in foil, which is 1 in set size multiplied by rarity, multiplied by foil chance, divided by also multiplied by the chance of a rift bolt appearing in a normal pack. So that is to say, in a set with 250 cards, foil, 1 out of every, I don't think it's guaranteed foil these days, or it depends on the set, which would mean, let's say 1 in 2 or 1 in 3. Out of those 1 in 3, it's a 1 in 200, a 1 in X, where X is the number of cards in the set with some rarity, plus you have to actually pull the card, and you need to do that 18 times. Non-existent. That doesn't happen. Yeah. If you ever see double of a non-foil in a pack, and it's not like there were some very specific circumstances where it could happen with like a gate in a specific slot and a gate in a non-specific slot. That shouldn't occur. Yeah. About 5 years ago, when they did Masterpieces, Plutopian, those were one in every other case or something like that. There was also the Zendikar bits back in first Zendikar, which were like 1 in every 2 cases. Yeah. But if you're talking about like, I guess, current day Starlight rares or something like that, that masterpieces from older sets are the ones that work that way. And yes, I'm not saying it can't happen. People are, yeah, obviously. I'm saying that that is not the general print run. Uh, it should not happen. The print runs of the set are made to make sure that you don't double up on a common or uncommon outside of a foil in your pulls. But yes. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's jump into the draft. Timespiral Remastered Supreme Phantom Draft League. What are we starting with? Knight of the Reliquary. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Hmm. Knight of the Reliquary is really goddamn good, but we're not gonna have anything super strong to be able to tutor. Giant Wasp is nice, playable, and like castable and suspendable. Looter Ill Core is also good. Put those two on highlight for now. Makes the Future is a future site. This is a future site. It's just a future site. The problem is that it's a future site that's also a 3 toughness creature, so very killable. Other cards in here I like. Amuru Seekers is pretty good. It's a rebel as well. Phantom Worm might be a better pickup than Knight of the Reliquary. Phantom Worm is the what you think of when you think of a phantom creature. If it would be dealt damage, prevent that damage. End of line. Remove a 1/1 counter from Phantom Worm. So it is a true phantom. I'm really interested in Knight. That was a card I played a lot in Constructed. I don't know if it's good enough in Limited without like Constructed level search targets, but it is ramp and it is deck thinning and it is strong. So let's go for it and see where this leads. Johnny's Pride Mate early. Ooh, Primal Force Mage. Ooh. Okay. All right. Primal Force Mage is a card that looks funky. You might wonder what the hell is this all about, right? Like, what is this? Why are you, why are you getting +3/+3 until the end of turn? Suspend. That's the answer. This pack also has Shivan Meteor, Orcish Cannonade, Dead Gone, Ith, High Arcanist, Johnny's Pridemate. But yeah, so this is made to work with Suspend. I can pick up that and Nantuko Shaman. Shaman, if it comes into play when you have no tapped lands, draw, aka did you suspend this card? You can obviously do it without suspending it. Icar Slick is extremely strong removal because you can cycle plus madness. There isn't so life gain in this set would be like me flickering an Aven Riftwatcher or what else would that be? Aven Riftwatcher was the first one that came to mind. There's not a ton of lifelinkers because this is pre-lifelink as a keyword. So we don't have a lot, it's not a thing that's around as much as it is these days in Magic. I kind of want to pick this up and try to go into like a suspend deck with the Primal Force Mage. Ith also would be kind of funny, but not as interesting as like getting some suspend payoffs immediately. This is a card that gets really dumb in multiples as well. But yeah, Johnny's Pride Mate is going to depend on the deck. The big thing about a Johnny's Pride Mate is that it's a Grizzly Bear at minimum. So like, even if you activate it once, like the card's really good. But I'm gonna try to get into this green. Grimag Angler, Life and Limb, Gemhide Sliver, yes, please. Gemhide Sliver, it gives all slivers tap for any color mana, aka itself. That's all I care about. This is like sapling liking. This is make saplings and then saplings and then sack them for mana. Another Nantuko Shaman works. Green Seeker is also really nice. This is not as strong as name of card. Dreamscape, the blue one that casts Horror, but it's still nice to have. But I like the Shaman, I like Gemhide. Let's get the green going. We'll find color 2 soon. We saw, obviously, we don't have to worry about what's open. We just have to worry about what's good. So, last time opponent played Life and Limb, all their lands died. Yeah, I'm not really interested in having all my lands turned into 1/1s. That doesn't interest me in any world. Feldon. Penumbra Spider. Enslave. Oh, God, this card's dumb. Oof. Scrub Ranger, that's a good one. Gorilla. Utopia Vow is pretty cool. This is a removal spell that turns it into a mana dork. It's pretty nifty. Yes, I did say Blue Harrow. Welcome to Timespiral. Please enjoy your stay, such as Black Mind Control or what else we got in here? White -1/-1 or black Vanquish effects. You know? I like Enslave. This card's dumb as hell. You steal a creature and they take damage every turn you keep it. So I like that. Scrub Ranger's also cool. So just as a note, this is Flash Flying Pro Blue. Untap a creature by returning a forest to your hand. Alright, we get 2 here because of our foil. Okay, now here we can get up like our Sporloth Ancient stuff or our defensive bits. Sporloth Ancient's pretty good because it gives your Thallid bits 2 turns instead of 3 turns to make. Yeah, we're in Timespiral. Like, colors, like, this is Timespiral. You gotta keep that in mind when it comes to, like, cards in here. Nantuko Shaman. Thallid Shell Dweller was also pretty cool. Street Wraith is cool. Renzo, what do? You are... That's pretty nice. That's a good thing to ramp into. I'm gonna use Panharmonicon when I already have, like, Nantuko Shaman X3, right? Like, I'm gonna play. I wonder if I can get more to do with that. Simeon Spear Guide is very hilarious. I agree with this. I don't know if there's enough things to double up on. Thallid Shell Dweller or Sporloth Ancient is a little better. But I like the idea of draw 2 on Shaman. That seems funny. Oh. Panharmonicon is in the deck, huh? Okay, alright, okay. Hey, you want a combo card? So here's a combo card. This was a combo card back in Standard. You would, your Sliver deck would, like, infinitely not infinitely, but, like, would hyper combo off, draw 1 billion cards. And then you would sack this, and then all of a sudden all your team would be able to attack. And it was really cool. Gray Merchant, huh? Double up on Gray Merchant, huh? Evolution Charm is nice. Angel's Grace just says you can't lose the game for the turn. Assault Gargoyle is actually really powerful. High Echo, but very good. It has toughness fire breathing because we're in Timespiral and nothing's real. Evolution Charm is a search or a recursion. I think I like that. Yeah. Ephemeron's really cool, but I don't see ourselves in blue other than if I was trying to get more Primal Force Mage stuff. I'm sort of looking towards, like, coming to play effect stuff now and trying to change things up. Like, Ephemeron in my mind is one of the 2 or 3 best commons in the set. Like, it is on my pick order of commons. I think it's number 1 or number 2. I know it's close. But Tombstalker, Stinky Weed Imp is actually really good. Tombstalker also is really nice as well. Tombstalker, we can decently feed. They're back. Grinning Ingus getting a reprint. Funnily enough, we live in a world where you might be able to do some infinites with Grinning Ignis. I will call this Ingus every once in a while. It's much like there's a Final Fantasy character from 15 and a Final Fantasy character from 3 who are like 1 letter apart. And I will mix them up at all times. So, Sting Venom's actually fine. This card's good. And like, it can feed into the Tombstalker. Ignatz. Yes, yes. This is Grinning Ignatz. Dread Return is also real as shit. That wouldn't be a bad one either. Oh, oh, now we talking. Ooh, give me that nonsense. Alright, so we got ourselves Yawgmoth. I need a lower curve. Let's worry about that as we go. Uktabi Drake is a real good card for the Primal Force Mage deck, but that's not really where we're at the mo. Gorgon Recluse, has Madness. Core Dirge is a funky removal spell. Any damage that would be dealt to 2 target creatures instead dealt to another target creature. This is a white effect in the game of Magic, but because we're in Timespiral, it is not. Chromatic Star, maybe. I'm worried about a curve. Star doesn't super help that. It doesn't hurt it, but it doesn't like do much to help it. I might want this giant Dust Wasp. That gives me more to do on 2. Kind of like that idea. I'm not worried about fixing at the mo, because like Evolution Charm and Gemhide both fix it. Star ramping for this is not enough of a reason for me to pick an artifact I don't want to be playing in my deck. Like, this is just not a card I really want to be including in my deck without some sort of sacrifice effect for it. To sidestep it. Field of Ruin. Oh, okay. Fungus. Fungus and a Arathi Trapper. Those look pretty good. I need some more. I don't have any fungus for this card to do anything at the moment, but we're only halfway through the picks, so that's fine. Also, hello, Kaz.
Hello. I see that we're doing Timespiral.
Yes. But yeah, this also helps with the curve problem. I was worried about us not having too much going on down there, and this is easily early enough for us to fix it. So Arathi Trapper is a color shift of the white cards that do this: Master Decoy and Friends. Felon of Havenwood is really nice if we end up with some more. Makes us higher pick some of the fungus, because this card makes them all very rude. And Corpulent Corpse sucks. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. It's way too slow on the
It's no giant dust giant dust wasp, and none of them are errant ephemeron,
Yeah.
which is the real one that you want. Oh.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
Huh.
All right. Probably got that Swirloth Ancient as well because we definitely want that. We have double, funnily enough, double up on pacifisms if we wanted that.
Nice.
One of the issues I need to solve with this E-Witness is that right now there's very little for us to grab. So Timespiral, even with all of its weird color shenanigans changing, even in the world of being able to steal from every color and do anything, green could not get removal. That was impossible. Green can have like Utopia Vow and like I think there's one other card in here that's like a removal spell, but like fight spells had not been invented.
Yeah, fight did not exist.
So green removal is flat out, and you can see right now we don't currently have Doom.
I mean, man,
Blade.
even white got like Sunlance.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in the world of like the weirdest stuff. Ooh.
Ugh.
So the Arch is the draw bit. Spellburst is the old friend of a Tron player. Tron players loved this card. It was like because you know you have to pay a ton of mana to like keep it, but if you're Urzatron, yeah, who cares?
I think this is correct.
Yeah,
curve considerations and Wrathy Trapper being excellent.
Yeah, Trapper's good. Darklight Sliver is I mentioned earlier when I was looking at Dormant Sliver, there was a Sliver combo deck that used 6 mana green enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, go search Wild Pear, I believe is the name of it.
Okay.
Go search a creature with a same number of power and toughness total. So if you had a 2/2, you could search a 3/1 or a 1/3 or a 2/2 or an 0/4, and put it into play. So you'd play a sliver, tutor another sliver, and then all your slivers would draw cards and get you more slivers and tap for mana, and then you'd like use Darkheart Sliver or something like that to sack the dormant slivers, which say your slivers have defender, and then you just attack. Arch is cool. Arch is tutorable off of the Knight of the Reliquary.
And if we have Saproling generation, then City's Blessing is easier to get.
Yeah. It's Trapper for sure. I want more Sapling generation. Basically, it's like if I give up Darkheart Sliver for that, I'm like, that might be fine, because like we're not on a damage on the stack.
I mean, for us, it's like a hard to cast Grizzly Bear, right?
Yeah, the damage on the stack doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And this is all slivers, so handing off the ability could backfire.
Yep, the old stylus sliver.
Oh, and here's the friend I was talking about, Dormant Sliver.
Yo, Spore Sower Thallid, though.
That's an easy pick.
I mean, even back then, that was a beefcake. Like, nothing got to be this big.
Yeah, 4/4 for 4 with 2 relevant lines of text. This was an era where this was just starting to become a thing that creatures could do. Power, like at this size, power and toughness equal to cost. Locks it on Hierarch is what I remember as like, holy shit. And then, you know,
like he was great, but he was 2 color even.
Yeah. So this, and I could pick up Steep. I could pick up a second Evolution Charm.
How about Feebleness? Because one of the cool things about Feebleness is it can lock a creature and stick around, actually. So if they have a little flyer, like you put this on their Windrake or something, and you still get a pip for Grey Merchant.
Yeah. It's gonna be better than. Because one of the considerations is I could include this Knight.
Huh.
Which is land tutor. I don't know if that's good enough
for the Salt Crested Step.
Well, I don't know if I know the step is good enough for the Knight. I don't know if the Knight is good enough for the deck, right? Like that's the.
Yeah.
Might we have a couple things I can pump on into later, so I'm not bad including this in the deck. But feebleness.
We're not gonna super miss feebleness.
Ooh.
Huh, that's a suspicious looking character.
All right. You want to give me draw a card, then probably fine on. Here's Brine Elemental. Brine Elemental was a part of a combo deck known as Pickles because Brine. That's the deck
Yeah.
name.
It
Deck
also kind
names.
of looks like a bunch of pickles.
Yeah, deck names way back in the day used to be like more fun. These days, your deck names are blue black rogues. You know, cool. You read it and you know what the deck is. That's not any fun. Like,
Mm.
let's call it Solar Flare. What is Solar Flare? Uh, well, obviously, it's big ass Reanimator where you discard Necroma to Peace of Mind and play Resurrection. You know, like deck names way back in the day were like clearly uh like didn't tell you anything, but they were much funnier. Uh,
Yeah, it was kind of an in-group, out-group thing.
yeah,
Sporlock Ancient, Kabu Primarch, also good.
yeah. This one has Convoke and Kicker, which work the way you want them to. Swarloth Ancient as well, as you mentioned, we do have that one. I'm looking for some way to kill creatures, so I'm willing to pick this up over
Yeah, but
things.
you typically want that. Like Wrathy Trappers, especially in pairs, are going to be able to lock up the board,
Yeah.
and boards get locked up a lot in Time Spiral.
Yep.
So having a shadow creature, a flying creature, or some other way to defeat your opponent is very
Yeah.
important.
So we can assassinate, and also that gives us something, removal I can pick up with E-Witness. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Sad, Kavu Primarch's quite good. This is actually a really nice. Land Enter. This is a cycle in Future Sight. They each made a named token. The white one made a token of a card that didn't exist at the time. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty slick. Oh,
Ooh.
well,
Well,
I mean, it's best in mono black, but
yeah. Sadly, I didn't pick up the Urborg I saw because it's like I'm not gonna pick up an Urborg over
oh man.
playables. But also, wow, this pack is like white cards, white cards, white cards, white cards, white
Yeah,
cards, white
this
cards,
pack
white
is not for
cards.
us. It's sad to have to pass up a Calciderm because that boy is pretty huge.
Yep. Kelsiderm, a color shifted Blastoderm with a different named ability, because they tried to fix fading by inventing vanishing, confusing everyone. Like,
Yeah, it only I really hate that move now in hindsight because it only serves to make both abilities more confusing.
yeah,
It's like, wait, which one is this?
wait, so does this one go when you lose it? Does this one stay? Uh, Children of Corliss was and still sort of is in some worlds, kind of a funny combo card. You can
I love this one.
lose a bunch of life, say, I don't know, paying it to something that has Yawgmoth on it, and then sack this, gain all your life back, pay your life again, sack this, gain double your life back because now you've
Yeah.
lost,
Yeah, it got pretty dumb. It's also sideboard tech against Tendrils of Agony. After you've taken 18,
soup.
you can
Oh, time reverse,
Yeah.
your second life bar shows up. Sinew Sliver, this is one of the best slivers because it's it's muscle sliver.
Right.
It's just the one
It's
you
it's the
want.
one you want, and they work in multiples.
Yeah, and Sunlance, as you mentioned. The picks are very obvious here, so I'm just kind of looking at and talking about cards because why not? Bongify, this effect is stuck around in Magic. Like with
Yeah, they've like weirdly reinvented it a couple times.
yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't suppose we can pass up on that, man. I don't have a
Hmm.
strong reason to.
Right. Again, I just picked the Assassinate and the Beast Whisperer, and we kind of go to town here. Like, yeah, Pocketfly effects have been in white more recently with things like the Angelic Ascension, the Angelic trick. I don't remember the name of, but it's like white 1 exile.
Oh, I was thinking of what's it, the one from Pirate Land, like unexpected absence or something. No,
it's not
the one
seal,
where
not
they get a
seal away,
dinosaur.
not
They get like a trample dinosaur rather than their thing back.
baffling end.
Baffling
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
That's sort of similar. I thought we had one with the that the Simic did.
Yes, there's a split card in Simic that one half is like look at the top of your deck and reveal a creature, and the other half is like exile a creature. They get whoever gets a 3/3.
Yeah.
But also there's a 1-cost Simic one that just is Pongify, but they get a lizard shark. I don't get to keep the cards afterwards, so these cards are worth nothing. On Magic Online, prices are very different on Magic Online than they are on paper because you can just like rerun a set and it'll exist.
Right. The clue to that, for those in the know, is the word phantom up in the title there. TSR Supreme Phantom Draft League, meaning you draft them, play with them, and then the cards vanish.
Yep.
They are not digital objects, so to speak.
This is a good card, but it doesn't really do much for us. We only ended up with a couple 1/1 token generation.
Yeah, we have a couple of Thalids.
Um,
Search is just good.
This card is to this day good. Like the land
it
comes
still
in,
makes it into everybody's cube. Like,
you know, the land comes into play untapped. I'm also gonna grab the Blight Speaker here. Now, Blight Speaker is a rebel. The rebel mechanic is you pay mana and get a creature. Generally, a rebel will have text that lets it go 1 up on mana cost. This one is as well. Search for a rebel CMC 3 or less, put it into play. And, well, you know, being able to tutor Rothi Trappers to play sounds great.
That seems okay, yeah.
You know, without that, it sort of becomes just tap for a, lose a life. Outrider in Core is pretty cool. This is so this has the same ability that the number of creatures back in was it Mirage? Stronghold that had. Sorry, I'm thinking of the flanking, and that's where Mirage is at. But
right.
There were some creatures.
Flanking was from Mirage Visions. Core happened in Stronghold, and they all had that exact ability.
Yes, Black had mercenaries, but we're in Timespiral. Color is meaningless. Welcome to Timespiral.
Hey, Grinning Ignis. Hey, he's gonna get a reprint.
Yeah, even this is a rebel. White is the main rebel color in the set, but there are black rebels as well. This effect, the 0 target, was an infinite with. There's a cephalid that's like whenever it's targeted, mill. And so you'd mill your whole deck.
Of cephalid breakfast fame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Do you remember how bullshit Landwalk was?
Are you ready
for how completely ridiculously awful?
Meyer Boa here is a color, not color shift, but a slight color shift on River Boa, which was Island Walk instead of Swamp Walk. I think that one's Terramorphic Expanse. I don't hate that.
That's a temptation, but I think Deathbloom Thallid is better than that for us.
Yeah,
and it's just good. Like, this thing was kind of a nightmare. Yep. It's an answer to Meyerboa.
It is an answer to Meyerboa. Meyerboa is kind of hilarious because Drudge Skeletons was, a creature that existed for a long time, and boy howdy did these put those to It's a shame.
Yeah. Not only was Drudge Skeletons like there, they kept reinventing Drudge Skeletons. Like every set would have their own take on what a Drudge Skeleton should be.
Last pick? Is this really what we need? Oh, I'm.
So
Okay.
Sudden Death is a spell.
Sudden Death is obviously a pick here, and like Edge of Autumn might be the other. Wrathy Trapper below the cut is also really
Ooh,
big.
nice.
Ixalan Jailer wishes it was better. So I'm gonna spend the next, I don't know, minute 55 pointing at True Name Nemesis. This card's a motherfucker. Like, this card is a hell dude. This card is the ultimate just unstoppable force. True Name Nemesis, choose a player, protection from that player. That player cannot damage it. That player cannot block it. That player cannot target it. That player cannot enchant it. That player can't touch this goddamn card. It is impossible. You can't touch this. True Name Nemesis was printed in the first round of official Commander products, and it was like Scavenging Ooze was next to it. So you know, it wasn't alone in having an impact, but True Name Nemesis was the card that showed like that like these side products would have like legacy staple level cards. So yeah.
Yeah, and True Name hopped right into Legacy after that and basically never left.
Second so early set, look, there's been 12 of these commander decks. You will have to excuse me for misremembering which one of the 12 it was in. I apologize.
What's our other pick? Like Utopia Mycon, Blight Speaker, Wrathy Trapper?
Utopia
Mycon is something that we don't have.
Mycon also
That's kind of cool, right?
yeah, especially with the power of Havenwood.
Yeah, we got Thielen of Havenwood, we got Spore Sower Thallid, we got a Sporloth Ancient. So
it's like that or a
some,
third
like,
Trapper, or the Edge of Autumn. I'm gonna go with these. All right, that's the end.
Cool. Like small, little a fungus theme.
Yeah.
And then we gum up the ground, steal their best creature, and finish it with either Tombstalker or Grey Merchant. Easy.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, or just overwhelming card advantage. Like that.
Yeah.
There is the world where just
Mm-hmm.
I have 20 creatures. Sadly, Splash Blue for True Name. In for one, pack 18, I wouldn't be able to pick anything else to make that splash real. And like fixing in this set is weirdly enough the best fixing card for that is in blue. I didn't point to it, but Dreamscape Artist in the previous pack is a blue card. Again, I'm gonna put a little reminder. We're in Timespiral. Color means nothing. It's a blue card with it's a 2-mana 1/1 for blue and 1. Blue 2, discard a card, sacrifice a land, search your deck for 2 basic lands and put them into play. Just cast Harrow on your blue card.
On a stick.
You know, because that's how, again, this is like,
they were trying to jump off of the manner of blue spell that changes a land into another land type.
Mm-hmm.
And that had sort of existed before, but this dude was just a spell shaper who cast Harrow.
Yeah. And it's just sort of it's kind of a known thing if you're looking at talking about color pie or anything like that. You basically have to just black hole Timespiral block because
there's a lot of really good color pie conversations you can have about how across seasons or eras of Magic, certain colors get to do certain things more or less. Certain effects get stronger or weaker within those colors. Maybe they appear more frequently. Maybe you get like more haste creatures in black for a little while, and then they start going away. Then Time Spiral is just a big old grenade tossed into the middle of that conversation.
Yep. Like, there's always the, for instance, current color pie, uh,
Oh boy.
green does not get flying. This is a common. This just is here. There are multiple green commons. There are multiple green cards in the set that just have flying. It's
Yeah,
how it
there was
is.
Uktabi Drake.
Yeah,
It's like
we
flying
saw
haste.
we saw Octavi Drake. So there's multiple, or Assassinate. Assassinate's not actually. This is more of something that moved to white, but Royal Assassin is a card that existed. However, Rothy Trapper. No, this was not
Nope.
No, this
Yeah,
was.
Black got to tap things down very, very early on with things like Paralyze.
Yes.
And then there was like an instant that was like Black X, tap X creatures
Mm-hmm.
that, was sort of like, well, if Black can hard remove things, it should be able to soft remove things too, right? I guess was the idea, but nah, then they stopped doing that.
Alright, I want a quick check. Is this card worth actually playing? Um,
So, Nantuko Shaman is a trigger, Eternal Witness is a trigger, Grey Merchant's a trigger.
I think that's the deck, huh?
What is Yawgmoth? Does he ETB? No. Although he greatly benefits from the fungus package. Wow.
That's the reason I'm super happy about Yawgmoth, because goddamn, like Sporoloth Ancient and Spore Sower Thallid are gonna make Yawgmoth go to town here.
he's the big Death Spore Thallid.
And also one of the things that is that like we want to have with something like Yawgmoth is a way to make sure I don't die, and having a Grey Merchant and perhaps maybe ways to replay Grey Merchant is a nice way to do so. Get our life back to pay it.
Notably, Beast Whisper, not an ETB trigger. Otherwise, we'd be like, that would be a lot.
Yeah. All right. So I don't think Panharmonicon makes it. Tempest of Corruption I'm gonna put on here for now. Primal Force Mage I don't think is real either, because Protection from Humans is indeed just the card type human, not the human.
Yeah, not like your opponent who is a human.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that the word human did not appear on Magic cards for a very long time, actually.
Yeah. Primal Force Mage doesn't look very good in this deck because, like, Nantuko Shaman is the only.
Yeah, like anything coming in off suspend gets haste. That's sort of the idea.
Yeah, it's these
And
two.
we don't have any other haste beyond that. And otherwise, this is just a Gray Ogre. It's quite stinky.
I'm gonna cut out some of these shamans. They're okay because they're a 3/2 for 2, and you can like suspend them for a card later. If you don't immediately need the body. But like right now, 26 and 20 creatures. I feel like we can cut down on creatures a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All of my top end looks like it's just untouchable. Like, I don't like. Tombstalker and Enslave are just like bombs as they come down.
Mm.
Steal my opponent's best creature or play a flyer that can kill my opponent 4 attacks.
Play a dragon. You can play a dragon for cheap.
Yawgmoth with, Sapling Generation. Sapling Generation. Grey Merchant's suspect here. We don't have a ton of black pips, but I don't know.
But he is quite strong. He's a way to win the game, without combat.
Yeah. Down here. Stinkweed Imp's main thing here is just that it's good for Tombstalker. Other than that, this is just a Death Toucher I can recur, which, is not bad, but we don't have a lot of, like, we didn't end up with a lot of graveyard interaction.
Yeah.
We
Like
didn't.
it's Tombstalker and like E-Witness.
Yeah, and if I put in Evolution Charm has a raise dead effect. Again, color pie in Timespiral.
Target creature gains flying until end of turn.
Yeah, that's the yep.
Oh boy. I think that kind of color pie bleed is my favorite because it's so inconsequential. Like this is not going to like break open vintage because you have a green spell that gives flying. It just sticks out. It's like, guys, what are you doing? That's dumb.
what is this? It's very stupid. Just kind of looking at curve. Tendrils might be cuttable because it's only going to be like 2 to 3 damage at best.
Mm.
I think of my removal, it looks like the weakest piece. The Assassinates are obviously a little bit weak, but having Trappers makes them a lot more powerful, you know, because we can force down a creature's... And Sudden Death is, well...
That's kind of unparalleled.
Yeah. Alright, that keeps the curve a little lower. Beast Whisperer is only on spell, so it does not synergize with the 1/1 tokens, but you know, that's fine if like...
I mean, the ideal thing there is like it turns late game Utopia Mycon or any of our 2-drops into like redraws.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the Arch probably makes it. The Steep probably doesn't. The Arch, I feel like, again, because we have the the Thala generation, seems like
let's see, Mycon, Death Spore, Spore Sower, and Ancient.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
don't have a ton of it, but like I'm happy with the ones we have. I wish it was a little heavier after getting this stuff out, but seeing Thalen all of a sudden made me really want, So, all right, let's go ahead and go with this. Add in the basics. I think it'll be a 9-7 split. Yep. We have Search for Tomorrow, and Gemhide Sliver is fixing as well. So
I want to start a bet in the community. Can we do that?
Oh,
here's what it'll be. You can bid if you have this enabled. I don't know if you do, but you can bid channel points on whether or not we ever activate Thielen of Havenwood's ability. So like black-green activation on it. I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah, I think if as a mod you should be able to start that if it's enabled.
Should be able to. Let's see. Show mod actions. Yeah.
See if that's in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the start things up. Bet to win and lose skulls.
Yeah, I seem to not be able to do that.
It might be something I have to enable myself on the...
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that.
All right, well...
That sounds funny.
It's a moral question. You'll be able to...
Yeah. Or like, just the age-old question, will we ever play our first pick, Answer here being, no.
Predictions. I wonder about that. What if I... Maybe I can do it from your other page that I have access to.
That you probably should be able to.
It must be, like, I've never actually done this, but I've seen it done. Yeah. Which is kind of why I want to do it. Yeah, predictions are binary.
And I'm looking at the chat right now, and I don't see any. I don't see the ability to
new items. Items? What the hell is that?
Oh well.
Okay, now I'm gonna look this up. Okay, channel point predictions. Tell me about it, Twitch support. What is this? Good. Okay. Initial setup for predictions. Let's see. Creator dashboard, quick actions. Okay. All right. That is one of the actions that I cannot do.
All right. I cannot possibly take that action right now without revealing it
Yeah.
all on stream. So
Understand. I understand.
that is outright just thanks to monitor's
I've,
situation.
I've I've done my best.
All right, well, for my part, I'm going to assume hell no. Oh my god, we're never activating. Oh boy.
Oh, oh my God! Wait, I might be able to do it.
Oh, hey, a swamp. Here we go. Again, to me, it's something I can't possibly worry about right now, so if it's an action I have to take, so apologies there. So hopefully this is enough to get them to start having to tap down my Mire Boa. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Well. Ooh. Okay, that's good. That's a really good draw here.
Okay, circling back on that, I was able to find the add quick actions interface, but the quick action in question does not appear.
Okay.
So it might be
I would just not worry about it at this time,
Yeah.
because if we
I'm
spend
going
the
to
next
continue to not worry about it.
if we spend the next 20 minutes trying to diagnose it, we don't have a stream, we have a tech.
Right. That's why I was jumping on that particular grenade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Echo, discard a card. Generally, that means some sort of madness effect. Okay, so we get...
Well, Penumbra Spider has reach. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna guess I want to tap down Mire Boa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'm going to go with Whisper and see if we can't get ourselves a card off of Spider Play.
Yeah.
All right, so are we getting like a Reckless Worm? No, just a Mountain Out. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
That's great.
Yeah, and I mean we also have Gray Merchant next turn if we want to like just slow things down. That's a rebel, yes.
Yes, is Rebel. Rebel, yes.
Ridged Q Sight.
So I feel like we have a Madness deck that didn't draw any other Madness cards. Like, this is another discard outlet for a Madness card
Right.
sort of bit.
That is a spell shaper that casts Guided Strike, which is an anagram of Ridged Q Sight.
Thankfully, he doesn't draw the card. All right.
Yeah, these beats are kind of minor.
We're getting a kill spell on Beast Whisperer. It would not surprise me if Beast Whisperer did not live through the turn. What is this, Giant Growth? Are we like 2 cards in hand? We can't be pushing too much here. Phyrexian mana? Yeah, we're dismembering. Okay. Sure. That's fine.
Okay, I mean he was 1 in, 1 out. They got a mana advantage on us, but
All right. I'm gonna go Spider here. 1 away from Tombstalker play. Okay. Pretty happy to see that tap. This is +1 in first strike, not enough to get over the Spider. 1 card left in hand. And Enslave here, I'd probably just take the Trapper.
like if we really need to.
Yeah.
Ideally, we would, no fear.
Mistake.
Okay.
So, I've talked about Penumbra Spider. Penumbra Spider is one of my favorite cards. This is one of my favorite commons. because it's a giant spider that dies and becomes a giant spider, which means you
Yeah,
get
like even your trick to kill it is only like half the dang battle.
yeah. All right. Tombstock.
I don't mind it. Like it becomes the next thing that they need to tap down with Wrathy Trapper.
The cool thing I like here is if I can just keep playing out Tombstalker, Enslave, and then Grey Merchant, that's pips.
Yeah, Gary becomes big. They were like much more willing to print multi-mana costs in Timespiral, I think.
Yep. So Swamp Walk, this gets through.
Well, I like regenerating it. That will remove it from combat. And that's obnoxious.
Like, sure. I accept. It's funny because my hand is perfectly set to make it, time walk me to do so, but also, okay.
They're being very aggressive.
It's the reason I want that Tombstalker down. It's just like,
Yeah.
yep, here's 3 coming in.
Which I guess that means they don't know that we have Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
Right.
Which, why would they?
Cool.
How much is the flashback on Strangling Soot, actually?
6.
Red and 5. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, no need to go shields down on Myraboa. We'll just,
Keep poking. Anyway, here's a card that requires an answer. And I am going to enslave the Trapper on the next turn to effectively unremove,
Yeah. Yeah, like it's putting a removal spell from their side of the battlefield onto ours that we can also use, and giving us even more pips.
Oh my god, so many pips.
Like we get 3 pips from that interaction.
They do. You gotta be a full pass, right? Nothing,
Smart.
but okay.
Playing the land means they want to ever flashback their guy. I predict our opponent will take an action upon seeing this.
This is effectively an unanswerable play too, without obviously killing the Trapper, but even in Timespiral, enchantment removal out of these two, that's, I think worst case would be bounce spell on the Trapper.
Oh yeah, like Scourge Flinger or whatever it is. Sting Scourger.
Yes, because that is a possible action our opponent can take. Okay, here's the move.
Predicted action.
Okay. Of all my actions, that was not the one I expected.
Maybe their reasoning is at least Tombstalker they can chump. But it's also a lot more damage.
I'm gonna push in. If they have an answer to it, it's Q-Sight plus the Giant Growth, and that's a 2-for-1 on their end. So I don't care. Like, if they want to go Q-Sight plus Brute Force, I will not stop them from doing that defensively in their aggro deck.
Right.
Especially when my hand contains, draw effects.
I guess that would leave their stuff on the battlefield and empty their hand.
Core Dirge. Oh, okay. That'll do it.
Oh, wow.
Core Dirge is a really strong card. All right.
All right, they came up with a 1-for-1 for our big guy. Fine.
That one wasn't something we could really ever play around as long as they had the flyer as well. I guess we tap it down. Okay, 6 mana. They now have the Strangling Soot back online, which they probably have to use to kill Rothy Trapper. Also, enslave as this text.
It's also extremely punishing. Wow. Sick.
Uh-huh. Yo, you want to talk about cards I like to draw? Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, looking like a pretty good position from here.
Yep.
Doing the flashback thing.
Kill spell. Yep, that's fine.
Smart. Do you want to pull back and slave?
That's, I think, my move here. So let's go ahead and Beast Whisper, then E-Witness, which draws a card. And then I'll get back Enslave. Yes. Alright. Go. Ooh, check it out. It's
wow.
So Fire Makavu's cool. If you really need 4 damage, you target itself. And it's the worst spell you've ever cast. This is just killing E-Witness.
I mean, we double got value off of it already, so
Yeah.
aye. I guess that kind of works.
It prevents them from getting the activation.
Yeah. We could also block with it. Be like, hey. It does not fire on change of control. It'll fire the next time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is active because Echo's wording is, if this came under your control since the beginning of your last upkeep, Echo happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. We got to think that they are on the madness plan.
Yeah.
We have 3 discard outlets on the table.
Nah, I'm good.
No.
And then, yeah, let's get rid of the one that can attack me.
It's a pretty steep price, but, you know. Oh, what the hell. Nice.
Ah, how good. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like how our opponent's deck is ruthlessly efficient and it's still not enough.
Yeah, they are. They have a strong looking madness deck. Maybe a little lacking in madness cards, or maybe just the draws. You went that way. But well, Penumbra Spider is here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Little guys, aggression, madness.
This might be a world where Stinkweed gets to get the job done. Like, I only need to recur it once or twice to answer like the worm or things like that.
There's also the thought that most of their guys are pretty small, so maybe tendrils can hop on in.
Yeah, that gets a little bit of
We-
life out of things. Anything I don't want here? Dust Wasp seems a little under. It's still okay, but like I
Still
feel
fine.
like
We did say that they had flyers. Dust
yeah,
Wasp was a 3/3, right?
it's a 3/3 for 5. Yes.
Okay, so they at least wouldn't die to the Flame Tongue Cabo Ender. Oh
Yeah,
wait, the Strangling Soot still gets him though.
yeah. Maybe you take one of those, and then
Okay.
I don't even know what I want for the other here.
Did we see any slivers out of them? I don't think we did.
No, I didn't see any, and like I'm still happy to have this just get us to 4 quick.
Yeah, we have really good
Um,
fours.
yeah, maybe these. I don't know. Like these seem like there's like one seems like something. Death Touch was I think Death Touch was key. So this card is from before Time Spiral. Death Touch was keyworded in Future's site, I believe.
Yeah, I remember seeing Death Touch for the first time on Future Man, the Death Touch Reach Man.
Yeah, Death Touch Reach is the one I think of with Death Touch. But
Yeah.
this card is from Ravnica, and also Death Touch. This is not Death Touch. Death Touch, the ability is oh god, is any damage this creature deals is lethal. This ability is whenever this creature deals combat damage, comma, destroy that creature. It is a triggered effect that happens after damage, which could be countered by Stifle, whereas Death Touch is not a triggered ability, so it cannot be put as Death
Right.
Touch because it is not Death
And
Touch.
Stink Immediate is only one of many versions of this ability. The Thicket Basilisk ability was a trigger that happened based on being blocked
Yeah, and it happened at
by
end of
non-walls.
yeah, it triggered at block and it killed at end of combat, and you had different variants on it. So like, yeah,
Yeah, Death Touch interacts with Trample because
any
any amount of damage is lethal damage, and Trample cares about assigning lethal damage before assigning excess damage. Okay.
all right, this is one of my happiest cards. Again, Meyerboa in this matchup feels very good.
Fight spells did not exist back then. Fight didn't
No,
happen until Innistrad.
yeah, Prey Upon was you had some spells that like. So Lorwyn has a fake fight spell. Rivals Duel.
Oh my god.
But like fight spells as a green thing were not big.
Yeah, they kept trying to do like this thing where you would cast a spell that would require an opponent to block your creature in combat, and there's just so much that can happen between now and then.
Yeah, provoke was the
Yeah.
keyword in
I
Onslaught
think
block.
I think my favorite tortured effect to this was Tower Above.
Yeah.
Tower Above was such jank.
So if they're
Oh,
spending
I loved it.
if they're spending a removal spell, they're spending it now before I untap.
Oh,
Okay.
he's a good little man. I mean, I
Hmm.
wouldn't mind having.
I was guessing there was going to be an attack there.
Yeah, I would have thought attack for one was a shoe in. Like, if
I-
we attack, they can't block, and they can attack back for the same amount, and we did it first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wait on it to make them a little bit more concerned and maybe tie up their mana. Because if I don't do that, okay, there's that imp. I would really like to draw the land for our final
Yeah,
play.
any land would be okay. Swamp would be ideal.
Okay.
Any land, that's okay.
Let's go ahead and get the Whisperer down.
Yeah, that seems better to me than using Assassinate on their imp to both prevent the potential madness and get it out the paint.
And here, now that I have a second blocker, threatened, I probably wouldn't. Don't even know if I'd put it in a fight. Let's see if they discard the Reckless Worm. That's the best case for them, right?
Right.
Okay,
They
best
do.
case.
Okay.
All right.
Hmm.
We'd like to draw a black
Ozzy's in a
source.
pickle. Got it.
We would like to draw a black source for sudden death, or I take the hit and we assassinate it. It's not
Right.
end of the world, it's just minor annoyance. We do want swamps, though. That's something we absolutely positively are looking for at this stage. Luckily, Beast Whisperers start cycling, you know.
Yeah, that'll draw us into lands. And they're getting like 1 extra damage out of this, spending 1 mana to do it. I don't super mind that. Slaughter Pact. Did not anticipate Slaughter Pact. I guess we know
No.
what they're spending their mana on next turn.
Yeah, so their turn is accounted for. They have to spend 3. I think this is play Beast Whisper pass.
I like that well enough. We get to leave up Regenerate even.
Yeah, and I probably just put that in front of the worm to block a point. Or they tap it down.
Right.
Alright, do the
I
thing.
choose to lose the game, of course. Okay, they did not choose to lose the game.
Good.
Not surprising.
Interesting to leave up red. I don't think that's correct, but you know.
What's that one split spell that's like creature shock
Dead
on
gone.
1/2? Dead gone, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess they could dead our Mireboa after it regens. They did not. Hey, nice.
Alright. Any path back into this game, I believe, starts with Assassinate Reckless Worm.
I like that line. With 4 of their attacking power out of the way, their clock is kind of bad.
Like Tendrils of Corruption, the flyer, and then like Yawgmoth gets into play and starts like slowly getting like.
Yeah, I think an ideal draw would be like one of our cheapest creatures.
I'd like that into another swamp.
Yeah.
Give me. Yeah, feeling into. What the fuck? Okay.
Okay, that is definitely a spell.
All
Wow.
right. All right. Spells have been cast, I suppose. I love that the time shifted sheet in this is just that's the reaction to every single card that shows up on that sheet.
Yeah, they're all kind of a cut above the others.
Yeah. I believe that is an incorrect choice.
Hmm.
I believe unless their final card in hand is a kill
Like
spell
something
for
that,
Beast Whisperer.
or something that doesn't die to either of our spells. It would have to be huge. They don't deal in huge. Excuse me? Okay,
Okay.
fine. It was a kill spell. Huh. Funny amount of mana there.
We are both in top decks. Yeah, there was no world where I accepted that trade. Right? Like even if they didn't like have a sure.
Yeah, I want to say our things are generally bigger than theirs. we can very easily e-witness into pick up Beastmaster or whatever is useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill one of these just to get it off the table.
Yeah, multiples of those are obnoxious. I guess in theory they could land a ridged Q site and have fractionally better draws because they can make use of their lands, but
Right.
it's
I'm willing to trade 2 for 1 damage here.
cool.
That's very good here.
Check out my difficult deal with guy.
Yep.
We got our old bordered thing.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, I'd be willing to believe they might have sandbagged 1 or 2 lands at this point.
All right. I mean, we moved to combat, but we don't get there. Okay. Playing lands out here because Ridge is the Arch is a possible draw.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like playing out swamps in the abstract because
Yeah.
one of our lines might be e-witness into Tendrils of Corruption, and having it deal more rather than less is good.
Yeah. Okay. That's very offensive.
Just
Is this
working for that damage.
this is to get in for 1? What do you got, a Bloodthirst?
It seems a little short-sighted. We were just at the point where like our creatures are unappealing kill targets. One for being a regenerating snake, and the other for being a recursive imp, and both being rather small.
Yeah. I'm holding this card as a bluff. All right, that's this card is a bluff. So the reason I attacked with both and then just played the Ancient is in case I want them to go with Wrathy Trapper offensively here because they'll lose. Like they can't possibly take that action without losing the game. So
Okay, we may have outdrawn them.
well,
Oh,
not quite.
might have spoken too soon there. Okay, makes sense to me. Tap our biggest man.
Still willing to push. I do want to have them on a clock. There's also no need for Stinkweed to attack until the last of these pushes. We get tokens next turn.
That's super cool.
Okay.
We don't get time. There we go.
That's fine.
Not really a surprise. I did expect them to have like something.
A body.
I guess the scenario where we regret not getting every last little tidbit of damage in is when we draw Gray Merchant and have like maybe not quite enough. But this is going to take him to 3,
Yeah,
and
this
with
is
Stink on the table, that is enough. So Myraboa is very difficult to deal with if
Mm-hmm.
you have swamps.
They need Dismember, and they already used it, so... Yeah, even the Gemhide Sliver is effective here, because at 3 life, any point in is lethal with the boa, so... You draw Kavu. 4/1 First Striker. It's pretty good.
Okay.
That is a reasonable threat. Okay.
We might have a more reasonable threat.
Yeah, let's
Okay, I'm guessing tap down Myraboa.
Okay.
I guessed correctly.
That's fine. I will not attack. One Beast Whisper. So,
Hey, what up?
yep.
Yeah, we're not sacrificing Tombstalker on the altar of Ridged Q Sight pumps 1 power.
Mm-hmm. This also is a lethal threat. They can tap Tombstalker and then take 3 from other creatures. So,
Gotta come up with something, bud.
yep. Kavu killing Stinkweed Imp. No, okay.
Ah, they didn't come up with it. Gotcha. Whew, the grind.
That was just a long, long game.
So this is what I was talking about with Wrathy Trapper. That man.
Yep.
Like they would have been nowhere near in that game without that man.
It's very powerful. That's the reason we got 2 as well. Yeah, Meyerbo is very good. Bob confident. Pretty happy with how the deck played out. I was worried that I guess their start wasn't really aggressive enough to get under us. You know, like starting with Wrathy Trapper is really powerful, but it's not a super aggressive line. Um, the Echo Imp into the Worm is absolutely an aggressive line. That's a real nice one. Their red was pretty heavily a splash. I think we only ever saw 3 cards out of it, maybe 4. But
So how are you liking the deck so far?
it has, you know, kind of thought it's a little bit pulled in directions. It's like, okay, we have this like weak sapling theme. We have like minor graveyard bits. But we cut out, but like it's not too many directions. Like cutting out the Primal Force Mage stuff feels right because like we just can't support that. And so just going with, I don't know, here's some hard to answer cards that give value over time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
I dig it.
This will generally keep us standing and
Maybe we'll draw a card off Beast Whisperer this time.
oh. Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Nice looking ponder there.
The secret man face in the background really gets me with that art.
So we get Trapper, and then we have Assassinate, and then we have, hopefully, Beast Whisperer. Good.
Yeah.
Trapper chooses not to shuffle. They liked their 3.
Huh. That's a little worrisome.
Yeah, generally means they're not going to have mana issues, or something like that. We're not going to be winning this one. Okay, I am absolutely willing to,
Hey, cool.
you know. Ooh, hey, buddy. Let's get our little mic on.
Hell yes. A somewhat early play.
Okay. Not going to allow this looter to hit. At least this early. There's a Mycon. Ooh, okay.
No!
All right. Can't stop the looting. Might as well just let off the gas on that. Bonded Fetch, huh?
God, I love Bonded Fetch. Back in the first iteration of the Dredge deck, you used Bonded Fetch because it had haste.
Yep. The standard variant of it used like Magus of the Bazaar and that.
Yeah. Magus of the Bazaar.
There's uh
The only reason I could think to not attack would be to play around their own Assassinate.
my thought process here is that if they spend their turn doing that, I'm okay because we're just going to draw a bunch of Beast Whisperer cards.
Right. Like, that's 2 in, 3 out
Yeah.
in our favor. And,
Right.
I mean, yes, I still espouse the virtues of Wrathy Trapper. He's amazing.
Oh boy! All right,
Dang.
this is gonna be value engines the opponent
Oh,
right now.
Ooh, they're gonna have the what are the mystical teachings?
Yeah, they're gonna be. This looks like a teachings player.
Ooh,
Wonder if they'll have some of the cool payoffs for teachings, or like a Teferi level stuff. Y'all,
I
y'all
really hope
might be
not.
y'all might be familiar with Teferi, the 3-mana planeswalker who's a jerk who doesn't let you cast spells. Ooh,
Let's tell you a story about Teferi, the 5-cost flash 3/4, who made a major mechanic of the set not work.
Very powerful, very dumb. What do we got here?
Oh, okay, that very reasonable and very blue man. Our opponent is just going to get the cards that they want.
Yeah, we can't stop that.
I think we're going to get the cards we want too.
All right. He's getting countered. Logic Knot.
Yo.
Next thing. It's on cast. So.
Oh man, we got the Thallid plan in town now. Well, so far we are slightly more value town than our opponent.
Our opponent can draw infinite cards. What they do with that, who knows right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they got the thing twice in the yard. They have the Dreamscape Artist to, like, get ahead on mana, kind of.
Yep. That'll slowly build. Well, it'll slowly build their mana, you know?
Yeah.
It's also almost free as hell to do, 3 in, 2 out. You know? First thing you do in a turn, sort of thing. Sack an island, go grab some swamps. Maybe even discard another Think Twice. We've got Thalids for days. That looks nice. Yeah, our opponent just has infinite. So what we have to worry about is not at this point. I don't feel. Oh, wow, there's a splash too.
Ugh.
Like what we have to worry about is answering the true threat because there's no way I can answer filter mana search. Like we just are going to have to like
Yeah, like a world where we open up with Utopia Mycon and get Deathbloom Valid.
Yeah, then we could.
That's where we can pick off their little guys, but yeah, we're just gonna have to suffer them for now.
Also, like we're not like we are minor pressuring them. I wish we were a little bit more, but okay, so let's go. Perfect.
Love to see it.
And we get to do a little bit more pressure. You might be wondering why I haven't used Utopia Mycon. The reason is I want to use them for 2 instead of 3. So
Yeah, and like split second stuff does exist, so that could roach us, but kind of unlikely they would
right,
rip out a split second thing on Utopia Mycon. Like, come on.
that's the biggest thing is that of all the targets, that's number 4 on the board. Ancient itself is actually pretty high up, but okay.
Yeah, sudden death reaches to 4. The what?
Oh my god.
What on earth did you keep that's better than those?
All right, I'm in a little. There's a little bit going on here that's starting to scare me. Talrand feels like what this deck wants to be resolving with like Think Twice and such.
Yeah.
If they find a true name, I guess we can't answer that, but my answer to that is kill the opponent, I suppose. Oh god, full pass. I don't like this.
Well, this is the position that the Mystical Teachings deck wants to be in.
Yes.
Just like
Full
untap
pass.
all their instants at the ready.
Okay. Do like having that on hand. All right, let's put Spore Sower into the fight and see what happens. 6 mana. Okay, all right.
Teferi proper requires 2 blue.
Well,
I'm sorry, 3 blue.
but they actually have triple blue.
Yeah, they secretly
like,
have it.
right? Like there's that's the trick here. Let's see what your end step is. Okay, use.
They're just activating
Okay.
Dreamscape Artist again.
I've decided that the thing I fear is my opponent playing Bogarden Hellkite.
Yo, they have Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Okay. Hey! Here he is. All right, this freaking dude.
Oh,
Flash. Creatures you own that
no.
aren't on the battlefield have flash. Your opponent is stuck at sorcery speed. All suspend cards fail to work in the face of Teferi. I'm going to be tapping and assassinating Teferi pretty quick here.
Yeah.
Because this feels like the key to their deck. Cool thing here. Creature cards you own that are not in the battlefield have flash. Mystical Teaching searches a card with flash.
Yep.
Um,
No, he doesn't turn off split second.
yeah, that does not get turned off.
He turns off our instant speed spells, but if we sorcery a split second thing, it still has split second. They had a couple of sorcery split second things.
Yeah, the big thing
Like there was
is
a mind control that did it.
big thing here is that Rothy trappers let us be pretty aggressive. And possibly just kill them with Grey Merchant.
That'd be nice.
Oh, they even have the slag heap. That's the charge. Again, this stuff is like standard deck at the time where you just be. There's no reason for them to sorcery out anything but sorceries as they can. All right, that does work. Can't do anything about that.
Okay, it's possible the red is just for the flashback of that card. It's kind of worth it. Like, kill two things on one card is kind of good. We can make an extra attacker.
That is the idea here. Ooh?
What on earth are you doing?
Please activate Dreamscape Artist here. See, I'm sitting here worried about, like... God, you're... Alright, nice standard deck.
You infuriating man.
Alright. I was trying to, like, just tap down all their blockers, get them with Thallid, and kill them with the Grey Merchant when they don't know it's there. I think that's still a play that's worthwhile. Obviously, killing Teferi feels fine to me. One card in hand, they're actually...
We have 7 mana. I mean, more with the Utopia Bicon if we really want to use it, but...
Yeah. I can Spore Sower again.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, we get full mana efficiency and kill Teferi. This man needs to die.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, much as they've made a show of drawing cards and stuff, they've been, you know, pitching a lot of cards too. So they only have like 1, now 2 in hand.
Yeah. They can be whatever they want, because, you know...
They can turn them into lands, non-lands. Who knows?
You can have combat, I ain't stopping you. More looting. They do need to find a way to kill us before they deck.
Okay, there's the teachings. Oh my god. Oh god.
All right.
Well,
This is getting chump blocked finally, yeah.
one last rep.
Figure that's just creatures you control gain that ability.
Good luck putting spore counters on non-fungi, I guess, but
I don't know what their win con is. 7 cards left in deck. You do need to beat me somehow. I'm letting Literal Core come in.
Yeah, he's not a May, is he?
No.
Oh.
Island, yep. Big play is... Buckingham, thank you very much for the... Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There's the WinCon. Thank you very much
Oh,
for the
God.
sub.
Well.
Alright. This makes a lot of sense. I'm a Tapper Trapper, by the way.
Oh, I was gonna ask if we wanted to make some fungi. But that hardly matters
Probably.
at this point.
Let's offensively tap things. Offensively tap things.
They get a free block on a 4/4.
Yeah, I should have made... Oh, if I made end step, we would... Okay, yeah. I should have, but it wouldn't have been lethal yet. Sadly. Can we still block? We can't do anything about this. You cannot block it, you cannot damage it, you cannot target it, you cannot enchant it. Is this lethal with Gary?
This
Yes.
should be lethal with Gary. Hilarious.
Okay.
It is no longer lethal with Gary. Yeah, I have a hard time seeing them pivot to being super aggressive with their true name from this point.
They do get to push in for like 8 here. If they want. Yeah. No, I can just make Utopia my con blockers, so...
Yeah.
I think they get 5 here, I think, max.
Yeah, non-damage based sweepers are a way to deal with true name.
Oh god, what is...
Or like discard effects, but...
Alright, what are you tapping out for? Strangling Suit on my flyer. You got it, boss.
That's nice to see, frankly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that's all their mana. I'm like, what now?
Yep. So,
I like that this is yet another opponent who has swamps.
my Herbo Elf feels real good here, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They even have an Herborg. Which is good for us.
Yeah, that's kind of disgusting for us. Draining well.
You wanted to leave that up.
Wow. All right, Saprolings.
Huh. Tap blockers push, basically.
Yep.
Tap one blocker. There's no reason to tap the other.
Yeah, attacking the other blocker is the same as attacking with Wrathy Trapper, but attacking with Wrathy Trapper costs less mana, so... Okay, makes sense. I don't see their way out of this from here.
Pact of Negation.
Jesus. Don't say things like that.
It's like 50% they have it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, that sounds right.
Yeah, let's make a Sapo and like sacrifice some of ours to make a spider.
I've played Magic once or twice before. um,
All right, here's a bunch of untapped guys.
yeah. So they have to tap out reasonably here in order to not lose. And then they have the problem of it being at 1 life. So, which is a problem.
Gonna admit, I did kind of push us to overextending into Pact of Negation of all things.
Yeah, attacking with a trapper was unnecessary, but like, it puts them at 1 here, so don't feel too bad about that at least.
Mm.
They can't attack with a Looter Core. They have too few cards in deck right now. They can't attack with Mole Drifter because they have to use Wrathy Trapper offensively. Okay, they are attacking with Looter Core.
Mm.
I guess they're assuming they're winning this game before the trigger resolves on the next turn. Makes sense. I see 6 attackers to 4 blockers, so 1 card in hand. That's a good one.
I would have liked Deathbloom Thallid. Immediately make some men and get some others out the paint.
Again, 6 attackers, 4 blockers.
Oh my god.
I feel
Yeah.
I'm happy about. I'm actually quite happy about the pact. That felt good to know that that's obviously like, yeah, here's what's up. Yeah, that was game 1.
So we know they have Teferi and True Name. That's terrifying.
So cards in our deck that answer True Name Nemesis include and there's our exhaustive list of cards in our list that answer True Name Nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we need to do is kill them before that ever happens. Just we have to be like because like we won that because True Name was in their bottom 10.
Pretty much.
If True Name
They did a lot of like spinning their wheels, burning through cards, and showing us their entire deck.
Yeah. Now we know a lot. We know Draining Welk. We know Pact. We know.
Multiple wipeaways.
Yes. I mean,
which would be a reason to like more aggressively use our activated abilities.
yeah, I don't want to like leave 7 counters on anything with
Yeah.
that. Do I want Nantuko Shaman in this matchup? Is that better than like? Do I just want a 3/2 that's aggressive in this? Like, is just
They
pushing?
didn't have good blockers for a 3/2. I mean, I guess Venser Teferi kind of eats 3/2s.
Yeah, Teferi's tough for us, but like sudden death is our best answer there.
Yeah. Their Urborg for our Tendrils of Corruption. How about that?
Plate Speaker also might be real.
Haha. That'll get the last points out of them. Yeah, our big spells seem kind of clunky.
Enslave kind of sucks against an opponent with multiple wipeaways, right? Like, is this card any
Yeah,
good
2
here?
wipeaways, 1 Venser.
Like, is this card even any good in this
Ugh.
matchup? Tombstalker I'm okay with because it's just like it's a must answer, and we can kind of get it down twice. And
Right. Yeah, it also blocks your favorite card, Fish, Flying
yeah,
Fish.
it does. It does block that. I took out the Dust Wasp because I don't feel like they're going to be doing enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's embarrassing. Like you suspend the Dust Wasp, and then they get to Fairy Down, and then the suspend doesn't happen, and you're like, oh, great.
We'll try this. Yeah, so we want to be aggressive. That's what we want to see out of an opening hand. Deathbloom Thalad's pretty high up on the list of cards I want to see in an opener.
Oh yeah. They had like multiple 1/1s that we couldn't meaningfully interact with in combat.
Okay.
Oh.
God, do I want to throw Grey Merchant back here?
That's sort of like presupposing that we either get to shuffle at some point or
We do have shuffle effects, so that's not
yeah.
the problem
I think it's
is
fine.
like if I choose to get rid of one of the other lands, like I can feel the
Yeah. You just you've looked to the top 10, and there it is.
like if I got rid of a swamp because Yawgmoth is like late, like
Right. No looter from them. That's good to see.
good.
Hopefully they do not play True Name on 3. I think we just fold to that.
Yeah,
I think most decks fold to that, frankly.
probably. All
Don't
right,
do it.
bonded fetch.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay, I said it, so it didn't happen.
Not unhappy with an assassinate. Okay, put some pressure in, see what they loot. They probably discard some lands here, some flashback spells. Okay, Taviri costs 5, so not happening. And yep, if I had bottomed that swamp, we'd be in a dumb place. Let's get in here and see if like Venser wants to come down or not. Alright, this is probably not resolving, but gotta do what I gotta do. If they logic not, they logic not. That's fine by me. Not really wanting to see discarding tendrils. That tells me they're not on a lot of swamps in that hand. Or their hand is like...
Yeah, or they don't have Urborg or a way to find it.
Okay.
Hmm?
Interesting that they even exiled cards there. I don't really know what that's all about. Maybe they've got something that makes that real.
Hey, cool.
No thanks.
Yeah, no longer interested in into attacking into Teferi mana.
Yeah, it sucks because it's also like just think twice mana or mystical teachings mana
Right.
too.
I mean,
So like,
that's the whole strength of the deck.
but
And okay,
but
so Teferi throws in. They have Venser in hand. We get to assassinate Teferi on our turn. They've
I'm convinced they.
bounced
Yeah, I
their
was
own.
gonna say I'm convinced they never even send
Huh.
it to Fury here. Like they saw Teferi die to assassinate last game.
Hmm. Makes me
Uh,
think they don't have Venser.
they also don't have Draining Welk, so this is a play I can make and not get hyper punished for. Yep. Counter spells we know of that are left are Draining Welk, which is 6. Draining Welk gets counters equal to the mana cost of what it hits. And then Pact, which
Pact of Negation, yeah.
if
They have enough to pay for Pact.
they could, but that's I don't. Pacting
I don't
here
think
is
they
a
packed this here. Like, no, they I mean they pacted the thing that literally murdered them if it
yeah.
resolved. That's what you.
This is a card where they just like find a kill spell at some point later because it's a 4/4. Teachings, Strangling Set on that, and I can't make a thing because it needs 2 counters. All right. Think twice in the yard. Sporoth Ancient gets to attack into this. No 6 land. No 6 land, no bonded fetch activation. That's so weird.
Hmm.
They must really like their hand if they're not pushing for, well,
So we could get the city's blessing if you really want it.
it's true. I can push it. I'm gonna push it and see what's up.
Okay. Is there like a madness creature that
They're just
what?
Big Game Hunter is one that could have been madness. I mean, they could flash everything, right? So,
Oh, that's true.
oh my God, fall for the onboard combat trick. Oh, I need this. Are you ready? Everybody lost your points.
Amazing.
Okay, so we get in for 6. This probably gets assassinated.
Okay. I didn't think that it was ever happening, so I would have lost all my channel points. You would have won them from me.
Oh, everything is swamp.
Org. Come on, attack with Bull Drifter. Yeah,
Okay, Muldrifter coming in.
perfectly safe.
City's Blessing active. Bush for 7. Force you to do something.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I'm not. Like, because it has +1/+1 from the counters on it, I'm not spending them. Is the idea here.
Right. They've already thrown a tendrils in the bin.
Oh.
We
Okay.
have seen them play it close to the chest, so that's not super surprising.
Yeah. Happy about it, but
Yeah, I mean, if this is the stasis that we have, we get to activate Arch of Orazka.
yeah. Wipe land step. No, this is flashing a mystical teachings. All
Well,
right.
they have to tell us what it is.
That grabs any creature in their deck right now because of Teferi. It's been so long. Oh my god.
So, like, True Name is the best creature, right?
Yes. But Venser might also be like necessary as far as like just preventing a death from out of nowhere. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
the
Okay.
in my mind the only two choices, right? Like
Right. And we also basically saw their entire deck, so unless they sided in. I like how their islands show a squished version of the island in the bottom half for some reason. That's why is it two different island? Oh, maybe that's just the full art. It is literally two
it's
islands.
island plus squished island, you know?
Do not talk to me or my son island ever again.
All right.
Yeah, the existence of an additional basic land type induced a frame into the card.
And they have to leave back. Again, if they do things on their turn, like they've got to be like really like just sorcery bits because they can instant everything else out. Teferi's never gonna get tapped.
Yeah, not unless we get one of our Wrathy trappers.
Yep. Arch is gonna do some help here, right? Are you gonna finally wipe away it? This feels like the reason I made that Saproling is because I was fearing wipe away.
Hmm.
Okay.
Fencer now?
Bounce the ancient.
I guess that prevents it from getting a spore counter, prevents us from
Yes.
getting a sapperling. So it's not bad. Oh no, the Urborg tax. You have to click extra times.
Now we are talking. Do I just want to get Yawgmoth on the board here?
Protection from humans, huh?
Yeah.
Actually, hey.
Two power as well. Like I think of their counter spells, I don't think they have
Okay.
one where they can play here. They can wipe away unstep, or something like that, but
Yeah,
let's go.
that's not bad. I like how much of our mana it uses. That's really cool to me.
So if they have a counter spell, it happens. Could they have pact negation?
Yep.
120%. We saw it last match. They
We,
have
we
it
did.
here. But like this isn't a
Not gonna run
line.
scared of that.
Yeah, like if they want to spend it here, that means I get the Sporloth Ancient, right? Like
Yeah, cool.
I think that's actually the incorrect place to spend it, but that's just me with, full knowledge. I guess they know about the Ancient. I don't know. Anyway, they're tapped out next turn, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at two of their creatures on the battlefield being humans and the others unable to meaningfully block Yawgmoth.
Well, Yawgmoth could also just kill them. Sack creature, -1/-1, and then proliferate. So, yeah. They just fall over dead to that. Anyway.
If we get Yawgmoth, we start schmoovin'.
That's fine. Anyway, go ahead and pay your mana or lose the game. You should be spending your swamps as they. Yep, they've figured out. Because these are all on.
Yeah, swamps tap for black or black.
Yep.
Islands tap for black or blue.
Okay, more filter. Material core in, Mole Drifter in. All right. Can I kill you? Okay, I could have.
Being on a low life total tends to grant people an abundance of caution, especially when their opponents have 4/4s.
Okay, Slag Heap is good for them. It gives them the ability to wipe away the threat. That's a good threat. Let's push with Sporoloth, see what happens. If they block Teferi Venser, I kill Teferi, and then we're, like, out from under Hell Zone. I think I'd be okay with that trade-off. Wipe away? I assume wipe away. Okay.
Huh.
Maybe just chump. No, okay. They're fine taking Teferi off the board.
No fear.
All right.
Like, this is them saying, I don't think you have another Fungal Bloom or Death Spore Thallid or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't have any, like, tricks in combat here. Is the...
Well, no, but I mean, if we...
Post-combat played...
Yeah, if we post-combat had Death Bloom Thallid or whatever it's called, sack the Saproling, get Venser out of the paint too.
Seems like a safe...
Maybe that's not super value town, but...
Nah, I mean, that's a safe bet because we would have pre-combated that to save our creature. There's no world we would have done that in the reverse order.
Yeah.
Penumbra Spider's good here. Let's pass it back. Yeah, you have to exile a fungus to do the thing. You can't exile.
Yeah, it has to specifically be a fungus.
Yeah, I'm happy with Venser off the table so that I can... Or, sorry, not Venser, with the Fairy off the table so that I can play the game here.
Once again, they're down to 10 cards in library.
Oh, Red Clock. All right.
I guess lucky us both times they have not had True Name in the top, 30 cards.
Right. There's another win con for him.
Yep.
Ponder.
Well, that does draw a card.
Luckily, Penumbra Spider's in play.
Yeah, that does some work. We have a pretty high life total. And theirs is pretty low. They can't suddenly get aggressive without payment. That's obnoxious.
So they're going to wipe away Spider, and then, like, Draining Well get back on the way down, I think is probably the way we lose this. Like, we lose this in, like, 3 turns.
We did win game 1.
Yes.
Opponent threw basically their entire library at us, and it was just barely not enough.
True Name came a little bit too late to be worth it. Strangling Soot, targeting, yep, that's fine.
Makes sense.
God. A threat?
It's like the most threatening man.
A
They're gonna have
threat.
to wipe away that like 2 times.
So,
Like 5 cards, 3 cards in hand, 5 in library. I don't think we've seen a wipe away, and we know they have 2.
so wipe away targeting spider. Yep, that's
Okay.
fine.
Smart.
We know that. We knew that was coming. Attack for 10 in the air with looter for 11. 10 in the air. Okay.
Yeah, mysteriously did not want to attack with looter.
4 cards in deck. Weird. I wonder why.
Yeah. Gary. I mean, they have her counter, so it won't work. But
yeah, they have draining walk, but maybe they use that on Penumbra Spider. Actually, Gary's bottom of deck, right?
oh, that's true. We haven't shuffled.
Yeah.
Oops.
Shringling Soot, killing them. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Assassinate Muldrifter. Spider. They need to play another card to kill me here, I think. No, they have enough flyers. Okay.
Yeah, no secret life gain from us this time. Stone Cold value.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, that was game 2. So they have 3 minutes on the clock, and you might think, well, how the hell do they beat us in that? The answer is turn 3. Like, true name, we lose, right? Like that one's pretty easy to kill us. I'm going in and
like that chain.
putting the shamans in so we can try to be aggressive. Yes, I'd like to play first. Keep this hand, please.
Meyer Boa? Hell yes.
Meyer Boa. Do we have anything? No, there are no cards in our deck that can possibly answer True Name Nemesis. It is actually impossible.
Plays their mountain. Ha, you would. Yo, nice. Yeah, I like that line.
Yeah, it's leave up for Strangling Soot specifically. Yeah. Yep.
Haha.
It was specifically for that. What does answer True Name? Edicts, Wraths.
Yep. Universal -1/-1s, but not universal damage.
Yep.
Pretty nice to see. This is all good stuff. Creatures cast from suspend gain haste.
Okay.
What on earth?
It inverts the power and toughness of a creature.
I find that acceptable. Let's do it. Let's beat them up. They have very few blue sources.
Yeah, they kept a hand with one blue, which is super nice for us. Oh my god, Muldrift. Alright. Alright, so then we want
We have 6 damage off the stack.
yes. So I just attack in and actually I just Grey Merchant and then attack in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. they, whew,
Oh, yeah.
that's, that feels a little bad because they just had a card that can kill us and they never got it on
I'm fine
time.
with that. I
But
don't.
at the same time, the existence of such a card kind of is butt cheeks, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, the idea here is that I can sacrifice the Blight Speaker, make the Muldrifter a 1/1, draw a card. If it's a land, I could play it, proliferate, kill the Muldrifter, attack for lethal. But it's a lethal anyway because they're at 3 with 3 blocks.
Yeah, we had.
So.
That's what I was suggesting as a route. We just attack with 3 things, and they can block 1, and one of them's
Oh,
gonna block the land.
a
But it's good
match.
to think about those kinds of interactions because Yawgmoth can pull some nonsense with the kinds of cards that we have in our deck.
Yeah. That worked out really well. Basically, that was our opponent keeping a hand that didn't have double blue, I feel like was the biggest bit there. True Name
They might have
Nemesis
felt
does
like
make sense in a game that is 4-player. It does not make sense in 95% in every other
yeah.
game of
I
Magic.
I hate that it's in here. I understand that they
Uh,
wanted to print more copies of it or whatever, but
uh, this hand's real great. I like seeing Grey Merchant.
I like this as a keep.
Yeah, this looks good. Keep, please.
I'm gonna duck away to check on the cats.
All right. I haven't done my stream about it. Maybe I'll wait till Kaz gets back about it, or I'll just keep explaining, and then when Kaz gets back, I'll just be talking about it. Um, on the topic of a 4-player game with politics versus a 1v1 game, I've been meaning to at some point in the future do a stream about the Game of Thrones, CCG, LCG, etc. And one of the things about that game is that it's one of the few games I've ever played. Like might be the only game I've ever played that had a like multiplayer tournament scene. Like when you went to Worlds, you would sign up to play in the Joust and the Melee, or the Melee, one of the two. Joust being 1-on-1, Melee being a 4-player multiplayer games, and the game was designed with these in mind. Arcblade. Damn, that's cool. That's a good card. But it's something that's really interesting about the design in a lot of Cards of Thrones is that there are cards designed for multiplayer, and the cards that are designed for multiplayer will generally have text like against one or more opponents. Uh, let's play Yawgmoth here. If they want to kill my trapper, they have to do it in response. Cool. Yeah, when Arcblade comes up. Yeah, it's something I'm meaning to do in the future. It's something I started doing some setup for, realized the setup was painfully lengthy, and then just sort of set it aside because I still had a lot of other things going on. But rest assured, the Game of Thrones LCG CCG is something I'm super interested in, like, showing y'all about. But yeah, tournament multiplayer. It actually, you would play, like, they had a setup for and scoring for, like, tournament level multiplayer. I've never seen another card game that actually had uh, that level of support, and it was like real. It wasn't like, you had like all your players for the joust and 10 for the melee. No, it was like you had everyone there for both sides.
Hmm.
It was. I can't think of any other card game like CCG that I've seen that, like, multiplayer is real as a format in tournament support level.
So I'm sure you brought this up to the chat, but we're going to try to counter Arcblade by sacrificing its target, right?
We are going to do that. I did not bring it up because I figured it would be the first thing you'd mention, seeing Arcblade.
You've next leveled me, friend.
So Arcblade here, when it tries to resolve, will resuspend. But in order to resolve, it needs a target. So we're just not going to let that happen. Also, our opponent's passed every turn, by the way.
I mean, them galaxy braining and targeting our face is less efficacious than us attacking with Yawgmoth for several turns in a row. Like, I mean, sure, I would accept that.
I am completely fine with Arcblade targeting our face when we are at 20. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to kill. They're going to play like a second burn spell to kill Yawgmoth then. The problem there is that I still have a 4/4 and a Trapper on board, and they haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like, what, Riftbolt my Yawgmoth pass? Sudden Shock my Yawgmoth pass? I don't, yes, those are both plays that'll
Land
work.
second Arcblade.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Rough.
I'm sorry, what is this?
That's half of Rough and Tumble.
Tumble, yeah. Pay 1 life, choose up 1 target creature, okay, sacrifice this. You can't see it, it's weird. Yeah, there's Tumble. So Tumble hits flyers, which is weird for a red card to do. Anyway.
Okay, I mean, they got our black pips off the table. Good for them.
Dead are okay. Their hand is just removal. Gone. Their hand is just removal. Okay.
Wow.
Got it. Their hand must be like Strangling Soot, 2 more burn spells, no lands. Because they've been passing so much here.
Yeah, buddy. What is it, gamer?
I mean, I guess Arcblade is what, a 30-turn clock?
They might run into problems before then. If 30 turns pass and they haven't dealt damage to us except with Arcblade.
My god, yeah, they're mono kill spell deck.
Removal.deck.
This is mono kill spell, alright.
Okay.
I know what I want.
Dipped into all the colors.
Well, here's the thing. This just means I want to sideboard all those Nantukos. Right?
Yeah.
They all draw a card on resolution. Anyway, Their 30-turn clock is now a 33-turn clock. So good luck with that. I don't want to play the Mycon until I have some other reason to do so, because it dies to Arcblade.
Right. I mean, if we had more forests on the table, it could be like an immediate redraw on a Beast Whisperer.
Yeah.
That would maybe be worth it.
Oh my god, they've been missing land drops too here, so they're just sitting here doing nothing.
I don't really want to play that man either.
No, let's attack with Wrath.
Yes, buddy? What do you need? Okay, maybe he needs playtime. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, here comes the blade. It's gonna target Grey Merchant and they're gonna dead it again or something.
I'd kind of be fine with that.
Yeah. Nope, my face. Alright, the clock begins.
The clock is real.
Clock begins. Clock begins. Is this just unkillable? Like what?
Grey Merchant over the official Mendoza line. You want to jam all our creatures?
I'm gonna jam some of them. I probably still just hold this Mycon. I don't think it does anything ever.
Oh, I was just thinking, if it and Death's Door Thallid are on the same timer, then we could get their Saprolings at the same time, maybe squeeze. I don't know. I'm trying to picture a future turn where we want all those things to happen.
I mean, with Arcblade, it's just something that can't happen. So my thought process is I want to hold the Mycon for a Beast Whisperer turn at this point. I just want to cycle it. Specifically because Arcblade actually outtimes us. We'll have two counters.
I guess that's the awkward part.
And we lost our...
We lost the one way to cheat ahead of the... Wait, no! We do have a second way to cheat ahead of the curve.
Put a counter on everything we can. Of course, that's just a 4/4 anyway, so I'm fine.
You're right.
Oh,
I mean, we'd be fine just like drawing that and playing.
So they play a land. I guess
found their mountain. Doesn't surprise me that they're central red, given Arcblade, multiple red versatile burn.
Yeah.
The missing one of that vertical cycle being
Boom Bust.
Boom and Bust.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to destroy all lands. I will let them.
I don't like that so much. They have fewer lands than we do.
I mean, I have 3 creatures, so...
I guess.
They're dead.
I imagine in the world where they do destroy all lands, they also destroy all of our creatures first.
Sure. That is likely one of the things. And then the Arcblade clock.
What if they suspend Greater Gargadon and then do all that?
Ooh,
that would be so cool.
I miss Greater Gargadon. All right, what do we got here?
Love me some Greater Gargadon.
What the?
Yikes.
Okay.
Well, that's a little scary, but...
Doesn't really do too much. I mean, I just sort of... I'm not even going to sudden death it, because I'm just going to assassinate it after it attacks here. Unless they're leaving it back to block. Which also doesn't really work with Rothy Trappers in play.
Yeah, it turns out all of our cards suck. So trying to steal them is bad.
Sure, Grey Merchant comes in.
And they've already played the Mountain for turn, so they can't, like, Mountain suspend, Gargadon, surprise, I sack your man.
Yeah, so I might just get rid of this here this way, so I can attack for 4 instead of 3.
Makes sense. Why did they not attack for 3 with the
They want
conscripts?
to leave a blocker or force my... Oh my goodness.
Hey.
I guess that's a reason I should have played the... Mycon, right?
Yeah, the Mycon.
All right.
Well, they're at 4. Our fractional decisions to squeak out a little bit of extra goodness against an incoming arc blade notwithstanding, they need to put something together.
Yeah, and also they. Okay, if I'd played the Utopia Mycon, I wouldn't have had. Nah, I still would have. I just would be tapped out this turn instead of next. Um.
Some of the most rules changes. No, I think one card in particular has caused the most rules changes, and I want to say it's Time Vault.
Well, Time Vault's been eroded the most alone. I'm trying to think of like
No,
any
that's
other
true.
like.
Like changes to the comp rules. I mean, there have been like several restructurings, and it's hard to say like what was the cause of that particularly.
All right, damage on the
Hmm.
stack.
Damage on the legendary. No, legendary has definitely gone through more like changes than anything else as a rule, I think.
Ooh.
Things like mana value and shuffle instead of shuffle your library are I don't even count that.
Yeah.
That's just like
Well, like
wording update.
they do that a lot, and like they. Yep. All right, that's my board.
Another rough. Whoa.
Okay.
Amazing.
So I can attack for 2. But like this says enters the battlefield, you know? Uh
Yeah.
like that was a change in M10. There's been a lot of
Yeah, there was like play versus enters play. Ah,
yeah.
lovely times.
Okay. So they have to do this because they're going to play a kill spell on it.
Is it another Dead Gone?
Is another arc blade?
Another Arc Blade would actually be kind of cool.
Alright, so they have multiple clasms, so we have to be aware of that. I still want
Yeah,
the
if we could.
oh my god,
Oh,
they
it was a
can't
bluff.
they can't
Nice.
answer.
Can't answer 2/4s.
What is
Do we have
this?
like tough creatures?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just put creatures with toughness in here. Primarch.
I think the shamans are still fine because they'll do their job.
Yeah, they'll draw a card. This is just removal spell.deck. That Arcblade just keeps recasting itself, yes. I don't like Assassinate anymore.
Yeah. It was part of a cycle of cards that would suspend 3 and repeat their effect as part of the resolution of the spell, exile themselves with time counters. And because the spell itself already had suspend on it, that would be enough.
Yeah.
Like E-Witness ETBs, so she's still fine. Like Gemhide, Sliver, Wrathy Trap, or Deathspore Thallid don't look great against this opponent, but I don't think I would want anything else in place of them.
Primarch's the only one I'm looking at that I might want to bring in.
Primarch in place of a Trapper is probably fine. Like Trapper is a Squire in this matchup. I didn't think that would happen, but
Yeah.
my god.
But yeah, there's a cycle of them. The suspend bits. The white one is funny because it like fogs, or it says you can't attack.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, the white one is hell if you get like 3 of them going.
if you get 3 of them going, it's a full lock, which is funny.
You could lock sooner than that with Chronos Savant.
Skip your turns.
Yeah, you skip your turn, and the turn you're skipping is one in which your opponents can't attack you.
Anyway, this is a mulligan because I can't keep a one-lander.
How about 2-lander with Gemhide Sliver?
On the draw, I'll keep it. I'm probably just putting Slave down.
We didn't see any creatures out of them at all, I don't think.
We saw Zealous Conscripts, and then that was
okay. That's true. That's not a great enslave target.
No.
I have to presume they do have some creatures, though.
Yes, that's why Sudden Death is still in here and such. Maybe we'll find out that, like, secretly their hand was off double blue for, I don't know, double
Oh
black
yeah,
for...
no, now they're gonna give us the Talorand beat
Yeah,
down.
that's what sudden death's here for. Gemide Sliver's gonna die, but oh, they're on a mold of 5. Okay.
Buddy.
I feel pretty good about our position right now, then.
Hey, the Wispy Bee.
Okay. So... Yep, okay. Something that makes sense.
Yet another opponent that Meyer Boa just stone colds.
Yep.
What are you gonna do about Meyer Boa, opponent?
So, Gemide Sliver needs to die. They don't know this, but if they kill it, we're in hell, and if they don't kill it, I get to play 4 drops for the rest of the game. I think they should just cast Dead.
Yeah, I mean,
on it.
there's also a world where we draw a swamp, and then we're not like in hell, but
Yeah.
you know. Felden of the Third Path. Yo, that with Zealous conscripts is kind of hot.
Strong card. I like it.
I'd rather play creatures than murder it immediately, but
Or graveyard. Burn Arbor Spider is the play I want to make here, because it's against their deck, it's like end of the game, but Beast Whisperer is going to be a lightning bolt for lightning bolts, or I'm sorry, you know,
lightning rod for lightning bolts.
Yes,
We must presume they gotta have like multiple copies of Rift Bolt in their deck, right? This is just 3 mana kill Beast Whisperer.
I want, yeah. I was hoping for Cast Ichor Slick, but that's fine too.
It's fine. We had to go for the value play.
Yes, and they can attack if they would like, and then I can Spore Solar Thallid.
All right, but what do you do against a creature with 4 toughness? Huh?
So, Giant Dust Wasp is weaker than Errant Ephemeron on its Suspend. It's the same cost, but it's a 3/3. That trades off by being literally castable at any time in the game. Like, 7 mana. Yeah. 5 mana.
I'm a little suspicious on that. It's like, think of cards that you actually pay 7 mana for.
Right.
Ultimatums. 8/8s.
Look, 5 mana 3/3 with an ability is on rate. You see that even these days. That's on rate. But yeah, also
it's a hard-working common a lot of times.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't suicide attack into cheeky
8 for that. Okay.
rough and tumble. Thanks to its Convoke ability, we can tap Gemide Sliver to help pay the cost for Kavu Primarch.
So the reasoning I want Dust Wasp here is because of the rough and tumble. This flies. And also I want to get my 5-drop out of my hand before Gemide Sliver eats it.
Yeah. We're kind of the mindset that Gemide Sliver has a number over its head that we can't see, but it is ticking down every turn.
There's a Doom counter somewhere on this card. I don't know where it is.
Yo, Solana Ledgewalker takes me back.
Oh my god.
That had the fakest flying in the world.
In hexproof.
Yeah. I want to say it had both fake flying and fake hexproof, and then it later got real hexproof.
Yeah, hexproof wasn't a keyword at that
Yeah.
time. All right, 5. Are we sure? It's fine.
Removal.deck.
That's what they got.
We will peel
Oh,
ahead of them eventually. Yeah, I got to tap black for that one.
that is a card I want in play as quick as possible.
I don't suppose that Feldon is a human. Eat it. That's so rude. I didn't think that protection from humans was going to be this like buster of an ability, but there you have it.
It's very funny.
No man can touch me.
He just has a large wizard beard, you know?
Yeah.
Or I guess artificer beard, but anyway, Yawgmoth gets to draw cards anytime I would lose a creature, so that's nice.
He's like the better beast whisperer in this scenario.
Post Beast Whisperer. Yeah, again, we have a lot of cards that make like removal really bad. Like removal.deck is. Alright, are we stealing Yawgmoth?
We're just casting Tassiger.
Sure.
Also a human, I believe.
Indeed.
That tips the scales a little bit as far as like Value Town goes, because then they get to reuse a whole lot of their removal spells.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're also at 12, and they can't block 2 of our creatures. Yeah.
Humans
Removal.
was a big modern deck, but modern has shifted so much I don't know what it looks like in the past 3 years.
Yeah, humans was sort of the low to the ground aggro deck
I think
where like they had a bunch of lords and synergy and could dip into any
yeah.
colors because like lands could tap for human color.
The big, I guess actually when I say 3 years that isn't correct. The reason I know nothing about modern is Modern Horizons it effectively blew up what was, the play in the format.
Mm-hmm.
So our hand's really nice. This is some real ass cards. E-Witness, Sudden Death.
We're doing pretty well. Most of our spells are good. Any land is probably good.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
People are playing Jundentron again. Nature is Healing.
Ugh, the inevitable pull towards mid-range.
Tumble! Holy shit!
Tumble? Dang. Not only does that cost way more, but dang.
Holy shit.
I mean, they gotta think that eventually they're... But no, Zealous Conscript is also a human. How do you block Yawgmoth, opponent? Two down to 5.
Damn it.
Okay. Not quite lethal, but... I mean... It's embarrassing, at least. Of the humans in Magic, 11,643 in all, 2,567 are humans. That's actually a huge proportion.
One of the big things about that is that, as you mentioned, they didn't print human on creature cards back in the day for a long time. But when they have done large errata to...
Yeah, a whole lot of stuff became human afterward.
Yes.
Humans came about in Innistrad also. That was one of the big points of Innistrad, was like, man versus horror monster.
I've got bad news for you. Yawgmoth can't be killed by normal means. Also, you're dead on board.
Thank you, Gemhide Sliver. Although I imagine they must have like something else.
Zero cards in hand. This is literally me just.
Oh, do it. I love this.
You know. But yeah, 0 cards in hand, 1 life.
Not enough mana to activate Tasigur. Okay. Oops, we had infinite value versus removal.deck.
So I one of my favorite matches of Magic I ever played, back in Timespiral era. It was Timespiral Lorwyn. I played a blue-white Revelark combo deck.
Of course.
But the big thing about it is that it had. So I've talked about Revelark. God, how do I search for Revelark and just Revelark? I forget how to spell Revelark most of the time.
It's sort of French, so.
There it is. So Revelark. When Revelark leaves the battlefield, return up to 2 creatures with power 2 or less to your graveyard of the battlefield. All right. So the combo of the deck is irrelevant. The other card in the deck is, though.
Your Body Double.
So here's Body Double.
This nonsense of a card.
You may have Body Double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature in a graveyard. So
see, flavorfully, it's a shapeshifter. It seems blue. It's copying a thing, right? That's just a zombify.
Yeah. Answer that question. No, you don't get to keep those cards, but there are drafts where you get to. So this is a Phantom League draft. Phantom means you don't keep the cards. This is a draft league. You do keep the cards from this. So, anyway, but with this, I was playing this deck against an opponent who's playing mono black. Their deck was 4 copies of Tendrils of Corruption, 4 copies of sudden -4/-4, 4 copies of Doomblade level effects the entire way through. Just like Terror, I think was in standard at the time. All sorts of their deck is just 32 kill spells. So I play Revelark. They kill Revelark. I play Body Double. It becomes a Revelark. They kill the Body Double. I return the Body Double to play with a Moldrifter. They kill the Body Double. I return the Body Double to play. I kill they kill the Body Double. I return the Body Double to play.
How did they not learn their lesson after the first?
It takes 8 kill spells for them to finally realize what's going on here, and by then they've spent their entire hand doing this.
Oh no! Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah. Very funny to me. But that was the matchup we were kind of in there. But yeah, the cube drafts we were doing and the cube drafts we will be doing are all Phantom. You don't keep the cards from those. They're cheaper to do, so this here is a different style of draft. It costs a little more. You keep the cards. Same with the call time ones. This is a special event where you just don't keep the cards from it. Payouts are different in these, so. But yeah. Anyway, that was our opponent. Our opponent was that.
I mean, okay. It was a little bit of bad luck on their part that all of their creatures were humans and we had Yawgmoth.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. I'm always happy to answer questions about things going on in here. I know Magic Online can be a funky client.
Oh, Magic itself is sort of the wellspring of endless questions.
So the rest of the combo is Bonded Fetch, the card we saw, and Mirror Entity. Mirror Entity wrathing your board 1,000 times. Bonded Fetch, drawing and discarding cards until you find the real win con, which was Venser, the other card we saw. Silver 1 through 3. Oh my goodness. Womp womp. So, anyway, that's going to be it, though, for today. Next week, we have a new cube showing up. I think somebody linked it, and it was called, like, the anti-cube? The negative cube?
The sphere. What did they? What's the gimmick?
So the gimmick of the cube is that it is only made up of cards that have not been featured in Magic Online cubes, the big ones, the modern, legacy, vintage ones.
Forget what you know about all those other cubes. This is not those cards.
So it's made up of completely cube cards that have not been in a cube on one of the, again, not the, like, Grixis cube or things like that, but the modern, the vintage, the legacy cube. Which means it's going to have a lot, like, it has a little bit more wacky plans because certain cards just can't exist. And should be a fun experience because generally these tend to be a good, like, once or twice bit. You'd be surprised how powerful cards can be when they haven't been in a cube. There's still a lot of very powerful cards.
It's time for Wood Elemental and Floral Spoosum to come out of the woodwork.
I think one of the biggest things is that only the vintage cube has had any call time cards added, and only like a dozen, so they can at least use those.
Oh, good.
But
we can have some functional cards.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's going to be it. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Kaz, for joining on here.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I have a lot of nostalgia for Timespiral. This was like my second heyday of like playing Magic with people.
Yeah, this is when I started playing tournament level Magic, was Timespiral, the Lorwyn era, so I know Timespiral very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, you can always follow, see when I go live, subscribe, get the cool skulls and slimes. Thank you to PokeCaptain and Masses Off for the subs today. Upcoming stuff, again, it's weekdays 7 Central, weekends 2 Central. Tomorrow is Final Fantasy VIII continuing. We have some cards to do, and we have Disc 1 to finish. Thursday, I think, will be the anti-cube. I think that's what I'll end up doing there. Friday, we've got more Slay the Spire, and then Saturday, I'm planning on taking a look at the Earthbound Ancient Cave hack that I did not get a chance to take a look at when I was doing Bloodstained, because Bloodstained ended up taking 6 hours. So, anyway, that's upcoming plans. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.